Yeah, we're looking at the black-eyed children today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black-eyed children.
Black-eyed children.
Not children that were punched in the face, but
Hey,
black-eyed children.
because like I just shut the door
Yeah, just at the door.
and it was like, come on, shut.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's
Well,
where
for-
your story's already gone. Our dog will bark into the darkness and something will move and this motherfucker will come behind me and go get him, dad. Like, nah. You started it, end it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wanna do it. I don't wanna do it.
So, he's behind the curve of pop culture. And he had just watched The Lost Boys for the first time. And he sees these vampires that can't come in without being invited. He sees that one of the main characters has a little kid that's a vampire. He's like, man, what if I...
Welcome to your weekly dose of weird, the haunted, and the hidden. This is Hypothetically Sound with Alek and Randy.
Welcome back to Hypothetically Sound. We hope you are having a great day. As always, I am one of your hosts, Randy, joined by the other host, Alek.
What's up?
And we are back with more cryptid hunting episodes. And today we got a fun one, a relatively new one. Alek, tell the people who we talking about today.
Yeah, we're looking at the black-eyed children today.
Yeah. Black-eyed children.
Black-eyed children.
Not children that were punched in the face, but
Hey,
black-eyed children.
yeah. Low-key, super quick. Anytime you watch a horror movie, one of the things that bother me, like the two things that like really like be like, oh, that's kind of creepy. It's when it involves old people
Mm-hmm.
or children.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. I hate it. I hate seeing that shit. I don't know why. Old people and children have the same level of creepiness to them. I don't know why. They just do.
Because they're supposed to be like relatively defenseless to like anybody above the age of 20 and under the age of 60. You're supposed to be like from media, you're supposed to be stronger than children, supposed to be stronger than frail old people. And so when they turn out to be creepy, strong, powered individuals, yeah, that's no good. It's no good to your psyche.
Yeah, it's absolutely bad shit. Like, you see them and you think to yourself, like, man, what this 90-year-old bat doing on the ceiling? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck this baby doing speaking old Latin? You know?
It's like the movie Legion when the old lady comes in and turns out to be a demon.
Great example. Yeah, it's a great. Or the movie Devil.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When they're in the elevator.
Yep.
Yeah. Great example of just old people being absolutely terrifying for no reason.
Yeah. And then just any horror movie with kids is
any horror movie. Yeah, 100.
I mean, look, Chucky the doll, like, he became a horror icon, and he's a little baby doll.
True.
Creepy. Baby dolls, creepy. But we're not talking about baby dolls or Chucky or old people. We're talking about black-eyed children. Alek, give the people a little hint about what we're going to talk about today. Give them some background information on black-eyed children.
Yeah. So this is modern folklore, meaning it came out in the late 1990s.
Yeah.
Like, very recently. 1996 was the first reported incident of it that actually happened in Texas.
Ooh.
Allegedly, it's some paranormal children with completely black eyes, like monotone voices, and deeply unsettling energy. They're just standing outside at night, chilling,
Yeah.
But they've said to appear at homes, cars, doorsteps, asking to be let in, like some weird vampires or something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely give. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just saying, definitely creepy.
Yeah, they definitely give off some like vampiric or even demonic kind of energy, it seems.
Yeah.
They also remind me of like you ever heard the like school bus myth or like when you're driving down a road where a school bus had crashed and killed a whole class of students, and your car suddenly dies, but then when it finally starts up and you drive away, you notice handprints on the back window or some silly shit, like they were trying to push it. So you didn't happen to you, like some silly stuff like that. Kind of reminds me of that.
Only they trying to get in your house.
Yeah, except they are trying to eat you. Eat your soul or something, yeah.
I mean, honestly, the description that people give of them is also very creepy. Like, and it's children. So obviously, black-eyed children, black-eyed kids. They're all the way up to 16. 16 seems to be the oldest rough guess people have reported. Like you said, they're super pale skin. They're gray. They come off waxy, so they look fake. Just instantly when you see them, you get the creepy feeling from them that something isn't right. Even without looking in their eyes, you instantly know something isn't right with them. And they're all dressed in dated clothes. So even in the like 90s, they were wearing like 60s, 50s style clothing. And the reports that are relatively new, they're dressed in like 2000 era, 90 era hoodies and things like that. They're never dressed in modern day, like what you would expect kids to be wearing in 2025 type stuff. Obviously, the most defining feature is solid black pupils, black eyes. It's just black. You're looking into nothingness, a void of blackness when you look into their eyes. And as Alex said, flat, monotone, and they're very overly formal in their speech. Not what you would expect from kids that are knocking on your door asking you to come in. And they often, from a lot of reports, they repeat their request over and over and over again. And it's usually something like, can I use your phone? They're like, they're the vampires that are telling you the truth, saying we can't come in unless you invite us in. They say they're scared, they're hurt, whatever they can to get into your house, and they just repeat it over and over again.
Terrifying, bro.
Yeah,
you know what? It would probably work. High key, probably work during Halloween, but these kids and they ain't smart enough for that.
True. These demon kids, they lack the brain, hence why they're telling you the truth. When someone tells you something, just take it face value most of the time.
True.
I don't think that's a good. A lot of people lie.
Nah, no, it's fine. It's fine. If someone tells you something, just blatantly take it as a fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it sounds sketchy, then don't. Like, you should know the difference, right? Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
Okay, I'm gonna paint you a picture, man.
I don't want you.
I'm gonna tell you a story.
Okay.
An interactive story.
Okay.
So it's like 11:30.
Yep.
You just took out our dog K-Dot.
Yep.
And you shut the door, and it's just you two home. I'm gone, mom's gone, everybody's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you shut the door, you hear a knock, knock, knock at the door.
Mm-hmm.
And then you open the door.
See, that's where the story is already fucked. Because like I just shut the door.
Yeah, just shut the door.
And it was like, hold on, shut.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's where the story's already gone.
Something in your brain made you open the door.
Okay. So I'm an idiot now.
And you open it, and there's kids at the end of our carport. So they're not even at the door. They're at the end of the carport.
Uh-huh. So the story ends again. Because I just shut the door and lock it. And I just
But you have to remember, we have a bunch of kids in our neighborhood. We have 8 kids to our left, 19 to our right.
You're correct. We do have a lot of kids in the neighborhood. And I don't know what the fuck they're doing at 11 o'clock at night standing on our carport, but it's none of my business.
And they ask you to come inside.
Hell
they ask
no.
for a phone saying they're locked out of their house, that they need to go to the bathroom. They're starving.
Have I seen their faces?
You haven't seen their faces yet. They're clouded in shadow because we don't have a light outside.
Okay, fine. Okay. So I'll be like, I can't hear you. Shut the door and lock it. Like, I'm a bad person through and through, you know? I'll admit it. If I see some stranded kids, they ain't my kids.
And what makes it worse is when you open the door, and what made you open the door is you just had this like sense of dread and fear. And when you open the door, it just hit you like a ball in the face.
Yep, okay.
And like you had your phone in your hand because you were just outside with the dog and you needed a light. And you notice your phone's not working. And they keep asking you to come in. Let me use your phone.
Okay, they'd be like, let me use the phone. I'd be like, little niggas, they ain't working.
And when you say that, they disappear.
Okay.
That is the common report of the black-eyed children. Everything I just described that you just went through in this make-believe story.
Yeah, that will never happen. It's crazy because it just honestly would never happen. Like again,
Right.
you lost me at when I'm outside with the dog. The dog ain't do nothing. I ain't do nothing. I don't hear no one walking up. Nothing. I close the door and it instantly knocks.
Mhm.
Damn, that went crazy, brother.
Tell me that
Lock
wouldn't
the
make a good movie though.
lock the door and I'm bouncing. Like I ain't none of my business.
End of the movie. But
That's all
I
it
can
comes down
see
to.
people like actually opening the door, like
I
and
can see
not
people doing it
instantly
too.
like what? What
People
could
don't
that
have
be?
people don't have the experience of ignoring creepy shit like I do. Okay, I was bred in the ignorance category. All right, in all sorts,
Mhm.
and one of them is just ignoring shit that ain't my business.
Yeah, I
Okay,
feel you.
I mind me my own. That knock on the door ain't my business. They fucked up. See, the other thing is if they knock on the door and K Dot's scared, I for sure ain't opening it up because it's just on me at that point. Like we go outside, our dog will bark into the darkness and something will move, and this motherfucker will come behind me and go get him, dad. Like, nah, you started it, end it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Fair. So you said something earlier about it's starting in Texas. Do you have any more information on that?
Yeah. So there's a dude named Brian. Okay, this is the original story. So this
Mhm.
dude named Brian was sitting in his car in Texas,
Yeah,
and he was approached by two boys asking for a ride to the movies. Very simple request.
that's weird.
But he experienced an intense wave of fear and only noticed their black eyes once he began refusing. The story was shared via email list and early forums because, again, this was 96.
Yeah.
And it became the fundamental or foundational, I guess,
Hmm.
tale for the modern paranormal folk.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and
You
oh,
said he
go
was a
ahead.
journalist as well.
Yeah, he was a journalist. Yep.
See, that's where I get spectacle.
Yeah,
Like,
he just needed an article, right?
right? And he saw some of these articles blow up. Like we just talked about the one in Wisconsin,
Yeah,
Visa Bay Road. Like she blew up. She got movies. So I'm just saying.
and again, it was smart too. In '96, him like, hey, email chain, like he was pushing this to
Yeah.
make it as viral as he could, because a lot of the people that would believe this and would go towards like making these things. And I feel
Hmm.
like even back in the '90s, a lot of the scary stories are based off of like old Reddit forums, like and 4chan forums. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For like creepypastas, I feel like a lot of ideas came from that around the time. So this
Hmm.
was definitely a way for him to probably be like, I'm the creator.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
And obviously, like as it spread through Reddit and 4chan and all that, many more people came up and were like, I saw children with black eyes as well, right?
Hmm.
And for some reason, they were frequently cited and put along with like Slenderman sightings and shadow people and even Men in Black sightings, you know?
Yeah.
So,
But I'm not gonna lie to you. It seems this is my theory, and there's a bunch of them out there. This Brian dude,
mhm,
1996, he's behind the curve of pop culture, and he had just watched The Lost Boys for the first time, and he sees these vampires that can't come in without being invited. He sees that one of the main characters has a little kid that's a vampire. And he's like, man, what if I pretend to see this vampiric like creature, but they're kids, and I can spread it like wildfire and I'll become a good journalist. That's what I think happened.
yeah, yeah, I 100% believe that as well.
But everybody has their own theories. There's that they're just demons in disguise, and so we're seeing demons.
Aliens,
Uh
probably.
yeah, aliens, which would make sense. Like they're asking to join you on your quest, and you're saying no, and so they leave. They're polite.
Hmm.
Modern day vampires that lost their way. Uh, this one is a weird theory that I've seen a little bit, that they're actually fairies,
Oh,
uh, like from a different
I mean,
like realm, and they're just coming over to see if you want to come to their realm.
Hey, yo, on some real stuff, real quick though.
Mhm.
Fairies in a lot of like folklore are terrifying, dude.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh
So it
yeah.
makes sense that they'd be little fucking demon children. That makes a
And,
lot of sense to me.
yeah, no, that one. Now that you explain it, yeah, it makes more sense than vampires to me.
Yeah. I mean,
Vampires ain't asking for mission. Like they ain't trying. Especially like this dude in a
who
car. If it's a vampire, he just pulling you out. Even little
we
children, they just pulling you out.
I know one day we're gonna have to do things on vampires and stuff, but I want
Yeah.
to say this now so I can say it again later. But I believe that all the myths about vampires were constructed by vampires themselves to fuck people up, to make them
Right.
think that they're not vampires. Like, hey, let me in. Oh, you must be a vampire. No. And as they close the door, they put the foot in the door. It's like, see, I'm not a vampire. Like,
Mhm.
shit. All right, let's go get some tea and crumpets or some bullshit. And boom, they got their blood sucked. You know what I'm saying? Or like,
Right.
I bet they love garlic. I bet like garlic bread is just like an inherent trait that they fucking love, right?
The wood in the heart, the wooden stake in the heart
Yeah,
actually
they
doubles
chose.
their lifespan.
No, I bet that was the only tool available during a vampire attack, and it worked. And they're like, this is the only thing that can kill him. But it's like, nah, you just stabbed a motherfucker in the chest. Like that. I'm sure
You
if you
ripped out his
shot him,
heart.
you'd be fine too. Like,
They just get to live longer. That's all it is. They're immortal until they don't have blood because they die from hunger.
yeah, they die from hunger. If you probably smashed their head in, like they probably have basic human things. It's just that it's like longevity, right?
Yeah.
It just blows my mind. I bet it was just all propaganda. But then they realized, like, yo, if they're just chasing us with wood, we could just fuck them up.
Mhm.
Like they have to get close to us. We don't have to worry about guns. We just tell someone we're vampires and we're safe. Like it's all 100% propaganda by the vampire nation to make hunting easier. Same with
Facts.
the daylight thing. Just saying. They all be walking around during the day. That's when they get their prey easiest. Oh man.
Speaking of hunting, that leads us into the "What Did I See" segment of the episode. You ready?
Yeah.
This is from the Cryptids Reddit. It starts with, "Hi, this is my first time here on the sub, but I've always had an interest in cryptids. So I'm wondering if you guys could help me with this creepy phenomenon me and some of my acquaintances have been experiencing. Now, me and my acquaintances know each other because we went to swim lessons in Charlton, Ohio. Now that we have had our license for a while, we've now started going farther away from home, Canton, Ohio. The Carleton area is nostalgic to us, so we obviously go there more often, especially because my grandparents used to have a house there. They sold it a few years ago, but the guy they sold it to burned it down for insurance money. Anyways, we usually hang out somewhere close to the wreckage. Last time I went up, it was just me and one of my close friends, since it had been forever since we went, and after some hours, it was getting kind of late and the sun went down, but still had a sliver of light. So as we went back to the car, we saw on top of one of the trees behind the wreckage of the house, at the very tippy top, something that looked like a shape of a human. Looked like it had a bow at rest in its head, or hand, I think I meant what, with huge feathers that went down to its lower back. Now, if this was just a thing me and my close friend saw, I would write it off as something in my head. But the next time I talked to my acquaintances, they reported similar things. They said they went in groups of 2 or 3 and reported similar things in different trees, but in the general area. I think there has to be a rational solution, but I don't know. Neither me nor my friends could tell anyone about it. So now all we could do is go in separate groups with bigger people. Has anyone seen anything like this?
Yeah, I have no idea what they saw, but the fact that they're like, "Oh, let's go hunt it," is fucking insane.
Right?
Oh man,
this thing is already hunting you. It's a predator.
This thing that I think is hunting me and kind of scared me. I'm thinking we just go in big groups and we try to, Scooby Doo it. The fuck? No.
Right?
What is 5 dumbass adults gonna do against Man Bear Pig?
This is a freaking Man Bear Eagle. at the top of the tree with a bow and with feathers and. Like, I'm sorry.
Motherfuckers just ran into Predator
Right?
during one of their tests, and they're gonna make it easy for them. That's
Like
crazy.
this is like a 12-year-old predator who's like in the middle of nowhere. Like, okay, go get me a deer, and they actually gently run into fucking 12 humans, and all they have is some wooden bow and some eagle wings.
Dear Reddit, this scorpion-like thing jumped on my face and it fell off, and now I got a tummy ache. What happened? Like, beyond me, bro.
Some of the takes on that cryptid subreddit, man, it is just wild. Like, I bet like probably a good like 50% of them are made up, but I also think that could be a high number, and I think most of these people actually believe what they saw.
I don't blame people for believing what they see when they see it. Like, granted, sometimes like you just see things, right?
Yeah.
It's probably nothing, or you probably mistaked it, but you just see things. It's fine. It's whatever. That's cool. Going out to try to hunt and find it is weird.
Oh yeah.
Believe in what you want to believe in. That's
It's
fine.
the most Ohio thing I have read.
Also, why is it always in Ohio, bro? They got nothing better to do but to hunt figments of the imagination, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah, Ohio's giving us nothing good. Nothing good. But before we end the episode, any last things on black-eyed children?
No.
Yeah, I think we.
No.
I think we
do you
pretty
think
deep
they would
on it.
like if one of them came at me and was like, "Let me eat your soul"? Probably kick him in the face, real shit.
Yeah. You swing. You swing like I'm swinging. I'm tackling. I got a lot of body weight to land on top of a small child.
Let me use your phone. Hell no. Get out of here.
I'm hungry. Niggas, obviously, so am I.
You know what, man? Also, do they mimic the voices well? Because, like, what if it's like a 12-year-old little girl and she do sound like Batman?
I think that would be the scariest thing.
Yeah, you're right.
I will eat your heart. And just run away.
Skedaddle.
But
What?
it is that time, Alec. The time that everybody's been waiting all episode 4. And that's for your shout out.
Yeah, shout out to all you vampires. I'm on to you. You guys can't hide from me.
You did kind of give away that you're on them earlier in the episode.
Yeah, but I wanted to know that I know.
Oh, so you're playing their game.
Oh yeah. Come through and ask for an invite. See what happens.
Thank you guys for listening to the episode. We hope you enjoyed. As always, you can find us on all social media sites under Hypothetically Sound. You can find Alec in his artwork at freealekai.com or on Instagram, _stringer28 for all his amazing art. If you're into sourdough and D&D and chaotic things, I do a Roll for Sourdough series on TikTok and YouTube. So go there and watch them. Roll for Sourdough on TikTok. Very easy to find. And until next time, thank you very much and have a great day.
Have a great day.
Deuces. Thank you for listening to Hypothetically Sound. We hope you enjoyed the episode. All episodes can be found at hypotheticallysound.podbean.com, as well as on Apple, Spotify, and Pandora. For full unedited video versions of the podcast, please visit us at youtube.com/hypotheticallysound.